there was a Norteño gang called 18th Street from San Francisco. As y'all already know, my brother's a Norteño. When he was on the street fucking with it, the U.S. Marshals came to arrest him, right? They tried to come on some friendly shit. He already had 2 beers in him. Watch out, boy. U.S. Marshal on the ground. Bing. My brother go to jail. Sitting down in Arizona fighting deportation, right? Scared to death because he's a Norteño. Imagine getting deported to El Salvador. All my Norteño cousins that went to El Salvador got killed. That level 4, you're going to mind somebody and you're going to sit still, quiet. You're going to go in the room and you're going to be quiet. You're going to sit still and you're going to work out and you're going to follow suit on that level 4. Hey, man, you already know what it is, man. John Diesel, man. Let's go. Straight to it. But before we get going, bloop, bloop, notifications, subscribe, all that, man. True crime. Follow a real one. Let's go. So, ever since I started my channel, motherfuckers be like, oh, John Diesel be shaving his eyebrow and woo, 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 and woo, woo, that. Come on, man. This is multiple scars, man. And I'm going to tell you how I got these scars, right? 1, I escaped from juvenile hall. I was getting transferred from Alameda County, from San Francisco County to Alameda County in the county vehicle, the 4-door, not the Crown Vic, but the one that looked like the Buick Century type. I forgot what kind of brand it is, man, but 4-door with 1 bar going across, you know what I'm saying? I was skinny enough to squeeze through. So Paris from Lakeview, I think he's from Frisco, in the Ocean area, right? Geneva area, around there. He sells me a key for $50, a handcuff key. My sister, she bring me a burrito with some spark plug pieces in there and a $50 bill to buy the key. Paris didn't think I was gonna do so. I seen Paris in YA too, talking about, oh, why you telling me? Ain't nobody told on you, nigga. Saying like I talking about I told on him about the key, man. Come on, man, nigga. I escaped, nigga. I got caught later. You know what I'm saying? On my own. But anyhow, moving on. Paris sells this shit to me, right? I buy it, boop. I know I'm getting transferred to Alameda County to 2200 Fairmont Drive, right? That's where all the East Bay cats go. That's where we all go, right? So I'm getting transferred, boop. I take the shit off, boop. Shackles, everything, right? I'm free. Get the spark plug, boop, hit the window. You know how that spark plug, it'll do it. I kicked it out and jumped out on the freeway. Nigga over there on Park on 580, going about 60. And I landed, boom, and tumbled, nigga, with the chain around me. The cuffs are still locked into the chain. I'm running with the chain, and the chain is grinding up against my hip right here, digging a gash. I got away, though. That's an interesting story, too. Like I always say, we're going to do that one on another day. Straight up, though. Mr. Tanner was transferring me, and I got away on the ass, right? I got caught 11 days later on a shootout with the Norteños from San Francisco from 18th Street. Because if you didn't know, there was a Norteño gang called 18th Street from San Francisco. We might want to talk about that on another day too as well, right? Shit, we got stories for days. Anyhow, moving on. The second part of the scar happened in Santa Rita. So, as y'all already know, my brother's a Norteño from Pittsburgh, Pitas. Antioch, though, the yacht. He discharged his name quick because he was an alcoholic, right? He ain't on no PC shit or none of that. No funny shit. He just walked away because he became an alcoholic and he had natural causes type shit, right? And he had a heart attack and whatever. He had to retire from the streets. But anyhow, when he was on the street fucking with it, the U.S. Marshals came to arrest him, right? I'm just taking straight to that. They come to arrest him when they try to come on some friendly shit. He already had 2 beers in him. Watch out, boy. U.S. Marshal on the ground. Bing. My brother go to jail. Sitting down in Arizona fighting deportation, right? Scared to death because he's a Norteño. Imagine getting deported to El Salvador. All my Norteño cousins that went to El Salvador got killed. I got cousins on my Salvadorian side that got deported. Dead. Yeah. My brother wouldn't have been anything different. I mean, there's a couple out there that survived, though. Don't get me wrong. But, so my brother bails out. But that who my brother was he was on that hype, straight alcoholic, right? But he was a Norteño, right? But he retired from the bullshit, right? He's at the Night Eat over there on Bancroft in Oakland, right? He's over there drinking. He's flamed up in red. The Border Brothers walk in. My homeboys, Taco and them, right? Taco, a known character. I don't want to say he's a famous gangbanger because he really wasn't a gangbanger, but he's a famous gangster, though. I ain't gonna lie. Taco used to get money. Taco's been from the streets, man. I got respect for that dude, regardless of what happened between me and him, right? Because he know who I am. He know who I am. He know I'm a gangster. You know what I'm saying? So anyhow, when they see my brother at the bar, they jump on him. Oh, there go a bus. There go a chapete, right? But Taco wasn't on that north and south shit. He was on. He just probably just didn't like him. Something must have happened. So Taco just so they get on my brother, right? The BBs, right? Because he was with some Border Brothers, right? So they get on my brother, right? They whoop on my brother. They stomp him out at the bar. My brother's taking a beating inside the bar, right? My homeboys is telling Taco, "Hey man, be cool, bro. That's Lil Jon brother. That's Lil Jon brother," referring to me. Allegedly, Taco was like, "Man, fuck that nigga Jon. He ain't nobody. Who the fuck is he? I don't give a fuck if that's his brother." Shit like that, right? Okay. I get busted. Taco was the topic in the county, right? Because Taco was known to punch on motherfuckers from behind, blindside. He was known for that. He was known to call somebody out for a fade and it wouldn't even be a fair one-on-one. He just, and Taco was kind of big, right? Just healthy. And he wasn't a drug addict. He smoked weed, but he wasn't fucking with no other shit, right? And type of motherfucker that, look, there's no rules to the streets, man. Ain't no, if I call you out for a fade, I'm gonna throw the first punch or you gonna throw the first punch. Ain't no, when should I throw the first punch? Nah, nigga, ain't no rules to the streets, man. So anyhow, I'm in the county talking. That's why you don't talk ahead of time. That's why you got to keep your mouth shut. It's better to be quiet. I'm talking. I'm being me. I'm being hyphy like me, like I usually am. I just like to run my mouth. Real talk. That penitentiary, that level 4, gonna shut that shit down though. That level 4, you gonna mind somebody. You gonna sit still, quiet. You gonna go in the room and you're gonna be quiet. You're gonna sit still and you're gonna work out. And you're gonna follow suit on that level 4. So all that being gangster and all the guns is out the door. There ain't no guns in prison, right? Now you around nothing but killers. So if you think you a killer and you think you that dude, yeah, that level 4 got something for you. Anyhow, moving on. So I already had been to prison. Taco been to prison. Before Taco arrives, I'm telling people in the event, I'm still young. Nigga, we talking about 20 plus years ago. Yeah, when Taco come through, I'm finna get at him about that, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that disrespectful shit. I don't care about him jumping my brother because my brother's wearing red. He's rocking red, and that's his shit. That's his problem. He let me down. When the Norteños try to jump me, my brother didn't get involved. He let them jump me. That's another story. I'm going to give you all that tomorrow, probably. That's why me and my brother, we don't get along. We don't see eye to eye because of that shit, right? Anyhow, moving on. I'm on the vent, and I'm talking to a few people in the pot. Yeah, Taco on his way, man, because, we're not thinking that Taco about to arrive, right? And sometimes people like to talk, and we're talking about somebody, then that dude shows up. It happens a lot in prison. That's why it's better just to be quiet. So I'm yapping, right? Okay. Taco walks in. And I'm like, okay. My heart started beating, right? Because now you've been talking, Jon. You've been talking, Diesel. We're going to see what it is now. Like, because you've really been talking, right? Okay. And I've always been a dude that, so I'm like, what? I'm not supposed to approach him now? So this is when I learned. I don't know how y'all do your time and how y'all think, but you never approach anybody at 6 in the morning. You wait till he's up and running, has some coffee, and he's wide awake and everything's cool, right? You never go get at a motherfucker at 6 in the morning. You don't know how he woke up, right? So I couldn't even sleep the night before just thinking about what I was gonna do, how I was gonna come at Taco, right? So the next morning the doors pop and I come at Taco, right? I say, hey bro, let me holler at you, man. I take him to the corner by the showers, Santa Rita, for those of y'all that been there. Showers is under the stairs. I said, what's up, man? What's going on with all this about you disrespecting, man? As he was jumping my brother. I ain't tripping on my brother. I'm talking about all the extra shit. He said, huh? I said, yeah, man. But check this out. It's all good. Let's go in your room and let's catch one right quick. Because he was in the big cell. He was in the handicap cell, you know, not because he was handicapped, there was just no room. So they threw him in there. That's the big cell. Yeah, a good couple of rounds up in there, right? So I tell Taco, what's up? I had my hands in my pants like this, you know what I'm saying? If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. I wasn't ready. I'm not thinking he gonna do something. This is my partner from the streets, man. We from the same gang. You know, so I'm cool. I have my hands in my pants and I'm like this. Yeah, so what's happening, man? Let's go in the room, man, one-on-one. Right? I'm trying to be cool about it. Just, you know, quick one-on-one, quick fade. And I looked down and I was like, you know, right when I was going like this, right in the eye, hella hard. Taco had big fists. I had never been hit like that in my whole life. I had literally been doing that to other motherfuckers. And now somebody got me with one in front of the pie, in front of all the homeboys, right? Mind me. But look, that didn't go against my resume. Not that I'm being braggadocio about it, right?
Everybody knew I had put in more work than everybody there.
That incident right there, it was big at the moment because, like, damn, that nigga John got hit, man, and man, you know, because nobody would dare try to touch me, boy. Fuck you mean, nigga? Because I'm going to come back and pop you straight up, or my nigga Juanito will. You know what I'm saying? He going to come and pop you straight up. Or somebody in your family going to somebody going to deal with this. But, so, when this nigga punched me, I hit the ground. First hit, I get up. He talking about roll out. I'm like, man, come on, bro. Knock it off, man. So my shit's not even leaking. It's guzzing. Bzzz, it's guzzing out. So I'm seeing the whole shit squirting. I run in the shower, you know, to try to wipe myself. He run up in there, and we in the shower. Shower's hella small, a little square, a little cubicle, like in a dummy cage, like a stand-up type of cage. We in there, and the ribs and shit talking about, you gotta roll out, you gotta roll out. You know, but no, police don't come. We separate. I go to my room. Little man, Mauro was my cellie. I threw some coffee in there because it was a big old gash, boy. That shit was open like this. I threw coffee in there, right? And that shit healed it up, I swear. It stopped the leaking. And I had some Pruno. Like a couple days later, I started drinking some Pruno, and I had got a hold of a syringe. I was going to poke him. I was going to hit him with some bleach. That was my plan, right? Because my shit's like this. I got 3 weeks to the house, man. I was on a 60-day dry out. I'm still on the street, man. I ain't even finished detoxing. I'm still on the street. I ain't even finished cleaning up. Still kind of weak. So somehow they found out that I was up there with a syringe, and they came and rolled me up. I was so drunk, I was buzzed. I was like, man, listen. I told my nigga, come on, let's get on the police. He's like, nah, be cool, little John, be cool. I was kind of buzzed, and I was just gonna make a scene, just to make a scene on some young and dumb shit. I was just gonna fire on a cop, right? Just on some young and dumb shit, right? But they came in there like 10 deep and drugged me out. I told them they was gonna carry me out. I was like, look, man, whatever you do, just don't carry me out. Let me walk out. I told them like that, because they was trying to carry me out like, what's it called? Hog tied. That's how they was. They wanted to hog tie me out, bro. They wanted to hog tie me out like some J-Cat shit, right? I was like, hell no, let me walk out. You gonna be cool? Like, yeah, man, I'm gonna be cool, man. And I walked out, you know what I'm saying? They escorted me out. But he got me. I was there after he I stood there for like 3-4 days, and then the police came and got me and took me to the hole, right? Somebody told him that I don't know how the police found out that I was gonna do something, right? Because I was thinking, I was really contemplating on doing something, right? Should have already had stabbed somebody in prison. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? But the mind frame is different as you get older, right? I already had been to prison. I already had been on a violation. I already had been through the bullshit. I'm not even gangbanging no more. I'm just there on a dope case, actually. I really was. I was there on a 1/4 ounce of crystal, right? So when he, that kind of like calmed my ass down, to be honest with you. Like look, somebody's always gonna, you know, and I have grew up fighting. I fought everybody. All the famous gangbangers from Oakland, I didn't had issues with all of them. I done had hella fights in prison where they granted me a one-on-one. I've been granted one-on-ones. Hell yeah, I pushed the issue. Ain't no need for this. One-on-one. You know what I'm saying? Especially like on level 3 and on level 2. You know, but hold on. So, just for the record, and I'm just doing it because it's a story involving my brother. Because my brother's a norteño, ex-norteño, ex-northerner. He gets beat up. Taco's disrespecting me while he's doing it. So I get at Taco in the county. I ask him about it. He don't answer. He don't reply. I call him out for a fade. He sucker punched me. Bing. Talking about roll out. No, hell no. What you mean roll out? You imagine? Look, John Diesel Taco punched him and then he rolled up out of there. Hell no. But it did. I'm not gonna lie. It humbled me. It humbled me. It really did. But I had rather one of my homeboys have done that than the opposition do that, right? Look, I don't want nobody to do that to you, right? But sometimes it happens. You know, like I said before, if you live by the gun, you're gonna die by the gun. That's why I've been shot 8 times. I'm still alive, right? So when that shit happened with Taco, I don't know, I never seen Taco after that, right? And it was crazy because there was a few 94th cats there, a couple of DFL cats, and you know, we was like, we didn't want to start no little mini riot up in there, but you know, I was tripping for a minute, right? But look, police came and snatched me up. I went to the hole and I went home a few days later, right? You know what I'm saying? So I probably would have blew my release date. Anything could have happened if I would have poked him. Would I have killed him, right? But I don't know where Taco's at now. Shout out to Taco, though, right? You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no problem with that, man. You know what I'm saying? Shit happens. You know, we was young. We was in juvenile. We was in the county jail. And that's what happened, man. So this ain't no motherfucking shaving my shit, nigga. This is some real scars, nigga. So back up, man. These will be cutting his eyebrows. Nah, nigga. Stop, nigga. Cut that shit out, man. Anyhow, man, that's about it. Yeah, my brother, a lot of people don't know, but, you know, I just stabbed my brother 3 times, right? Because, you know, we just never seen eye to eye, man. But we're going to get to this one story about 38 locals jumped out on me. And they asked my brother, hey, man, who you riding with, man? You riding with your brother or you riding with us? You know what that nigga said? My brother, my blood brother? He said, I'm rolling with y'all. Fuck my blood brother. I'm with y'all. John Diesel, man. I'm gone.